Okay, so let's do our second anniversary, which is just less than 2 weeks ago was the second anniversary of the New Horizons flyby of Pluto and Charon. And to recognize that, the people working on the mission have released 2 new videos of the best rendition of the data from the close approach, as if you were on board the spacecraft flying over the 2 objects. And so the first one will be the flyover of Pluto coming in, I think, this way. And then the second one will be flying over Charon, sort of going across the equatorial chasm on Charon. So here we go, and it starts out on the anti-sunward side of Pluto, so it's very, very dark, and then it'll slowly come around into the sunlight here. I should mention, I think the vertical exaggeration on the topography is about a factor of 2.5, so it's not quite this bumpy, but it certainly gives you a good feel for there is a lot of topography there. And remember, what you're seeing here is not rock. It is frozen nitrogen, carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, gas, what would normally be gases, but this extreme, or large distance from the sun, we're down cold enough that all of these gases actually freeze to first liquids, and then solid ices, and that's what makes up the bulk of the planet. They think there's a rocky core. There may be some of the rocky stuff has risen to the surface, but most of the features you see are caused by craters and flowing of these various ices. Okay, and here we go on our zoom over Charon. And the thing that I think surprised everybody, certainly in the science community, was how geologically active both of these bodies apparently have been. Even though they're in a total deep freeze, there's obviously some mechanism, at least in the past, where there was internal heating and stresses on the surface, and things get lifted up into mountain ranges and torn apart into these chasms that you see on Charon. So that's going to keep people scratching their heads for a long, long time. And I should say the final target of the New Horizons mission is a Kuiper Belt object, and forgive me, I can't remember the name. It's a couple of letters and several numbers. But that'll be on January 1st of 2019, and they'll fly within something like less than 10,000 kilometers of this very unknown object. It's just typically a single pixel, and even in the Hubble telescope, so they have an idea of the orbit, but this will be our chance to actually get up close and personal with something that's even farther away than Pluto.